What's poppin', everybody? This is Sabre94. I'm literally right now on Cerebi as I'm recording this. I just watched the latest Japanese trailer for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and a lot of things have happened since the last few times I talked about these games. I was positive about them from the beginning. I thought that the decision to have the chibi, sort of old school style was good. Junichi Masuda specializes in that sort of old school style, tile based. He was going to be the director. I thought it was probably a good idea so that we get an old school game that's good. And then later on in August, we got the direct. I was impressed with both what I'd seen from this game and Arceus, Legends Arceus. But ever since then, man, it's been one bad thing after another. Now, Giriam Red is probably the only guy that's real right now on YouTube that has done a very good video that basically covers a lot of the stuff I'm going to say today about his concerns about the game, and I think a lot of the stuff is going to come true. I don't agree with everything he's saying. He's kind of downplaying the original Diamond and Pearl games too much, but that's a story for a different day. But man, a couple of weeks ago, Nintendo gave like special demo copies to the big journalistic sites, IGN, Nintendo Live, GameSpot, whatever. And we got a little bit of gameplay. We got some more gameplay with the other trailers and stuff now too. And the big thing for me that pretty much ruined these games for me is the experience here. Now, a lot of people talked about this, and it is such a huge deal. It is such a huge deal, man. Like, we're supposed to get that old school experience. We're supposed to get this Diamond and Pearl, OG remake experience. And you think that forcing the experience share on everybody is a good idea. On the one hand, it boggles my mind, but I mean, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's not even Game Freak. Ilka is making the game. Junichi Masuda is like the director. He's the one in charge pretty much. And Ilka is the muscle. I don't believe Junichi Masuda could be that stupid or so ignorant. I'm just thinking that it must be something from the higher ups. It's like, I have no clue. Like, the experience has to be on all the time. And I'm going to give you guys my theory later as to why. But already, this pretty much kills the game for me. I'm not going to buy these games. I went from being sort of positive, like cautiously optimistic, as the phrase goes. All the new features, like the extra stuff you can do underground, even though they did downgrade in that regard as well, being only able to make secret bases with statues and not fully decorate like a real secret base. But whatever, we got the statues, we got the ability to hunt wild Pokemon underground, all that shit. Pokemon following you around like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and I guess the character customization too. People like that sort of feature, but we got this a couple of new features that they showcased in August, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, good. But then, just like Girium Red said, they have not really shown anything. Like, normally, like if I was to be sort of objective, I would expect in this remix to have full-fledged platinum content. Like, even if they don't like copy platinum's features completely, just do something new, like the Delta episode in Oras. Just something rather than nothing. You know, we already know Battle Frontier and stuff like that is most definitely not going to be in the game. But at this point, they don't even have any new features. Like with these remakes, I expected, okay, Dialga and Palkia should get some sort of special forms as well. It's only fair. Like some sort of galactic forms or something. Like the primal forms Kyogre and Groudon got. And Arceus, he definitely needs to get like a special form as the god of Pokemon. We can't have the god of Pokemon be overshadowed by Mega Mewtwo, like Mega Rayquaza. I love Rayquaza, of course, is one of my favorite legendaries, but Arceus is supposed to be the god. He's supposed to be stronger than everybody. We got like that golden Necrozma that looks like a Digimon. I mean, it does look good, Ultra Necrozma, but I don't like all the lore behind it and the crazy shit. Whatever, I didn't even play Ultra Sun and Moon, but they give that Pokemon like 800 plus stat total, overshadows Arceus. You know, it's not supposed to be like this. And what kind of new features are really in this game besides the stuff they already showed us? Girium Red made some very good points in this video. You would think in all of these trailers by now, they would want to showcase at least some stuff if they're not going to spoil everything. You know, some new features, some new stuff to get us excited about these games, that they have a new piece of fresh paint to them. It's not just remastered games, because at this point, this is what these things are: remastered games. And like a lot of people are thinking this, and I'm thinking about this too, they might just be worse than Platinum, like content and gameplay wise. Like, never mind the graphics, you know, they're gonna be newer games. But content wise, I mean, damn, man. At this point, Platinum is probably gonna have more shit than this game. Like, besides these new features they've already shown in these trailers, Pokemon following you around, the changes with the underground base, which they went 2 steps forward, 2 steps back with that. That's 100%. They did remove features from the underground, pissing me off. Besides these things and character customization, what the fuck else are we gonna get? And you know what? Because Diamond and Pearl, to me, they're great games. Even if you don't factor in Platinum, they're very full, long games with naturally a lot of post game. Even the Diamond and Pearl games, a lot of people just don't realize this, but Platinum, you got to remember, 80-90% of that game is the original Diamond and Pearl. So even though Diamond and Pearl, they run slowly and people like to bash them, for their time, they build upon the Hoenn games, a lot of features, a lot of mini games, a lot of post game, just so many things you can't even list them. You know, even if they remastered these games and just left them at that, you know, they're respectable Pokemon games. The fucking problem is the fact that these, what they've done, ruined the games for me, is that damn experience share. And I'm going to talk about this now. My only theory as to why they do this is they're thinking, okay, young kids are going to play these games, and just in case they accidentally turn off the experience share, and then the games becomes harder on them, or they don't understand why all of the Pokemon don't get experience, we're just going to make it automatic. It just goes on everybody, and that's it. It's like they're so afraid that these easy games, that they're already easy if you turn off the experience share either way, that they're going to be hard. I mean, sure, until the games come out and we see reviews and Cerebi spoils the whole game in a couple of days, we won't know for sure what the final deal is going to be. I'm just going to get that out there. But from my experience, from what they showed from the trailers, and just the overall feel, I think this is what these games are going to be. Just bare bones, remastered remakes. And it just shows. They're putting all of their eggs in the Arceus game. And this was just an additional project of them. Like, limited budget, small scope. They have small expectations for this game. They just want to make profit on them, of course. But they don't want it to be the big hit. You know, they banking on Arceus for that. This is just an additional extra game. So it is going to be just a basic remake. And it might really be like the worst remake ever. Like, I don't know, maybe Fire and Leaf Green. But like even that game, I don't know, let's not get into that. It just really sucks for me. I don't know what to do. I'm probably not going to buy the game. And when I say probably, it's just basically guaranteed. I mean, I was going to wait anyway until we see reviews and we see what's going to happen. They need to I need to find out that I can sort of do something about the experience share thing, but there just won't be anything you can do. Like, if you can't turn it off, you can't turn it off. I'm not gonna play the game with one Pokemon in my party and then do all this crazy shit. It's so crazy. I don't want to go on non-Pokemon related topics here. Like, it's almost like we live in such a pussyfied world. It's just absolutely terrible in so many ways. I mean, I'm not sure what they're doing with the EVs and IVs in these new games. Like, I think from what I know, like Sun and Moon, in the Sword and Shield games, you can use like the bottle caps and adjust IVs, like max them out. And with EVs, I don't know what's the deal with that, but I would think you'd still get like EVs as normal when you fight Pokemon. So for the competitive players and players like me, I'm a very OCD person. Like, even if I play like a new game, I'm gonna do like EV training and do all this shit. Just play the game in a very crazy way. It just means that we can't even EV train Pokemon properly. All of the Pokemon are gonna get experience. All of the Pokemon are gonna get EVs. So it fucks up the competitive players, or I guess the crazy players in my example. And from a bonding perspective too. Like throughout my years, I've played like I probably like spent half of my life and more playing Pokemon games. I trained so many different Pokemon, like for Wi-Fi battling back in the day, and just for the Battle Frontiers, and just leveling up Pokemon to level 100, just for the sake of it. And you do build memories, and you remember, okay, in that period, I remember I was training this Pokemon, I was doing this, this guy. How can you fight with one Pokemon? Everybody's gonna get experience. It's not the same thing, and it doesn't really make sense too when you think about it. It's like imagine like my brother is going to the gym, training all the damn day, doing weights, building his strength up, and it's like I'm gaining the strength too while I'm sitting at home. It just doesn't make sense. One Pokemon is fighting, all of the other Pokemon get experience, and you don't have the option to turn that off. Fucked up. But anyway, this is really disappointing. I wanted to support this game because I thought that, okay, maybe this is going to be Junichi Masuda's last Pokemon game too, for all we know. The last thing he's ever going to direct. I mean, he could always come back, but seeing as he left a couple of years ago, and he was coming back specifically just for this, to co-direct it or direct it when Ilka is making this game. I thought, you know what? The guy probably wants to make something special, but he probably doesn't even have a choice. Like I've said, limited scope, limited budget, and they just want this to be an additional Pokemon game to go alongside Arceus. They don't want this to be the big thing. They don't have big expectations from it. That's why they didn't really add any new shit, and it's just a bare bones remake from what it seems. And it's just really sad because I really wanted to support this game. My most basic expectations would be that you got some platinum content if they're not going to give us all of the platinum features and the platinum content that was in platinum that Diamond and Pearl didn't originally have. You are able to get the Darkrai and Shaman events, like they're in the game, just like the original Diamond and Pearl, but you don't need any events and stuff. Like you can actually unlock them in the game. Same with Arceus. I think that should be pretty much a basic expectation. Some new forms. The damn Diamond and Pearl full Pokedex. Like, I'm not talking about just the 300 Pokemon, like 200 or whatever it was from the Platinum, like, regional Pokedex. I'm talking about 493, the whole Gen 1 through 4 Pokedex. Like, if they don't even have that, I mean, we're gonna find out. And I swear to God, like, after reviews, I'm gonna rip this game a new one, depending on how bad it is. I hope I'm proven wrong, but I don't know because I don't even know if we're gonna get the full like Gen 4 Pokedex, like 493 Pokemon. But just basic expectations. Arceus, Shaman, Darkrai should be in the game. You can actually catch them. You don't need events and shit. New forms, full Pokedex, some platinum content, I guess, just something. I don't know what, but just give us something. Expand on the lore. I don't know, man. But from the looks of things, we're probably not going to get shit. Anyways, if you guys want a more, I guess, scripted perspective, you can look at Girium's Red. I forgot the name of the video, but I think it's his most recent video or his second most recent video. If you go Girium Red, you'll find it. How just unambitious these DP remakes are, according to him. And he's right for the most part. And that's it from me. So I guess the summary of this video is that my perspective has completely changed about these games. I didn't want this to happen. I debated on making this video for quite a few days actually, but after watching this Japanese trailer, at this point it's just confirmed. They're not really going to have any new features besides the stuff that we've already seen. The experience sure kills off the game for me anyway, and the game is going to come in 2 weeks pretty much. So that's all the shit we get. That's it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Are you still going to buy these games? I mean, if you're a new guy, you haven't played the old games, you're thinking about buying a new Pokemon game, I would still suggest buying this over Sword and Shield, because it's Diamond and Pearl at the end of the day. But it's a shame. It could have been so much more. It could have been so much more, and it's gonna end up as being one of the weakest remakes, to be honest. Anyways, Saber94, subscribe to the channel, leave a like if you like this video, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What up?